The coup in Bolivia. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that really quick. No, I mean, we ain't going to be really quick. There's a lot to talk about. So, as most of you all know, there was a coup attempt in Bolivia last night. It might have been the fastest failed coup attempt in history. Somebody said that there was one in Africa that happened that failed a little bit quicker. But I don't know, man. It was literally apparently 3 hours. That was the length of the coup attempt, y'all. I bullshit you not. It was 3 hours. Now, naturally, everybody is assuming, and probably rightfully so, that this was a plot by the CIA in the United States, right? There are a lot of things in common with the last coup attempt, a lot of similarities, okay? For example, the Socialist Party, Arce is his name. Yeah, President Arce, Socialist Party, president, like they're still in charge, okay? The lithium reserves in Bolivia are still the largest in Latin America, okay? So that's still a thing, okay? Bolivia joined BRICS, or they put in an official request to join BRICS, and specifically Vladimir Putin very publicly welcomed them with open arms, which means that is an economic partnership with the largest, with one of the three members of the Lithium Triangle, which is Argentina, Chile, Bolivia. Okay. But you got the largest lithium deposits in Latin America joining BRICS, which is partially, I mean, I would say that Russia and China run BRICS, if we're being honest. China has the largest lithium deposits. They have the most. Do you understand where I'm getting at? That means you just created, in a sense, the same type of relationship to some degree that the United States had with Saudi Arabia and OPEC. In other words, you're almost creating a market monopoly if you can lock in an economic relationship with Bolivia, if you're BRICS. So there's that. Okay. It was a military-backed coup specifically. A dismissed general was behind it. Okay. So we're checking the blocks. Okay. Checking off the blocks. And for those of you who don't know, there's an election coming up. Mid-2025, there's an election coming up in Bolivia. So it has all the boxes checked for why people believe the United States was involved. Oh, and by the way, this is the part that people might not know. The ghost, the political ghost, if you will, of Evo Morales, he's not dead. I'm just saying that the political ghost, as in the specter that has haunted the United States, it seems like he is he's impervious to any damage, threat, coup, banishment. They tried everything, and my man's back. Okay, Evo Morales might be, is likely to be running for president again. Yeah, that a lot of people don't really know about that part. Now, why I say now there, so they have invested because of Evo Morales making it very clear in the past. Not only will he continue to use his resources to benefit the people of Bolivia before anybody else, and specifically the indigenous population of Bolivia. Not only is he known to speak out against the empire, of course, we all know that, but he was doing a deal with China to help mine the lithium in Bolivia. So, and at that moment back in the day, during that coup, the reason that the United States were so pressed about China doing that deal with them is because simultaneously they were losing their other partner in the Lithium Triangle, which was Chile, because this was during all the riots to overthrow the puppet government that the United States had installed there in Chile. Okay, so that was Evo was perturbing them. They were not happy. That's why they overthrew him. They claimed it was because he violated the Constitution and was running for a fourth term. That is a lie. the Supreme Court of Bolivia said it was a lie. They said, no, actually disallowing Evo Morales from running again violates not only the Constitution of Bolivia, but also the Constitution of the organization, what was it, OAS? Yeah, I think it's Organization of American States. Basically, it's every country is a part of it except for, I believe, the United States and Canada. And their constitution says that you can run and win as many, which is normal actually. You can run it as long as you win. And you can be president as long as the people keep thinking you're doing a great job. And his mandate was clear because not only was Evo Morales winning, but the Socialist Party that he belongs to was also winning. So there's a bunch of check blocks to probably safely assume to some degree that the United States was in some way involved. However, right now, there is no solid proof. I want to be clear about that. It is conjecture at this moment, unless somebody's seen something that I have not. Now, let's talk about the novella that's going on. There's a novella happening that we need to be that needs to be discussed because people don't realize Arce, the current president of Bolivia, and Evo Morales have been beefing for years, even though they belong to the same party. And Arce won because Evo Morales backed him when they did the new election after the coup. Okay? So they're both part of the same party. However, right now, the party has been split between support for Evo Morales and support for Arce. Okay? Yeah. A little bit of drama going on there because some people probably want to know, why would Evo Morales run if Arce is his ally? They're not actually allies anymore, even though they mostly they agree mostly on the same things, from everything from domestic policy for the most part and foreign policy. So they agree on most things, but word on the street is Arce was supposed to step down. He was supposed to step down after winning that election, right? Because the point of him winning, so Evo Morales backed him. People have to remember Evo Morales had to back him from Mexico because he was exiled by the coup. The coup leaders exiled him. So when the Socialist Party ran again, they ran Arce. Morales backed him, and Arce ran handedly. The plan allegedly, right? This is what reports say. The plan allegedly was for Arce to run one term and step down so that Evo Morales could once again rise to his rightful place as president, because regardless of what the empire says, the people of Bolivia and the Socialist Party that they both belong to elected Evo Morales, and he was removed through illegitimate means. Okay? So there's beef there. It's even crazier because I don't want to get her name wrong. The interim president, who is now serving time in jail, their interim president, Janine Áñez. Y'all remember her? She tweeted out, matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all because I couldn't believe it. It's really a novella, ironically and also unironically, because it's Spanish. But yeah, there we go. So let me show y'all. I don't want y'all to think I'm capping. This is real life. I was confused while researching this topic because a lot of it was making sense, but it was also not making any sense, because this woman that is sitting in jail right now, y'all, she's in jail for a coup, for helping to lead a coup. Total repudiation of the mobilization of the military in Plaza Murillo, attempting to destroy the constitutional order. The MAS, Socialist Party, with Arce and Evo must leave through the vote in 2025. We Bolivians will defend democracy. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, the woman who is currently sitting in jail, literally sitting in jail for doing exactly what was done yesterday, a woman from the opposition party of both Evo Morales and Arce, is condemning a military coup. The same type of military coup that she tried to do, defending herself in court. Do you understand what I'm saying, y'all? But the drama actually gets crazy because let me make sure I'm pronouncing his name right, because y'all know, buddy, these names. Zuniga, I believe his name is how you pronounce it. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's Zuniga. Yeah, it's Juan Zuniga. He was a general before, okay? But do you know why he was removed from his post? Giving more credence to the idea of Evo Morales being president. See, Zuniga was removed from his post because he said that Evo Morales cannot be allowed to run for office, cannot be the president of Bolivia again. And if he becomes the president, if the people vote for him, or if he even tries to become president, he will use his power as the general to arrest Evo Morales in 2025. Because of that, Arce, who technically speaking, if Evo decided to run, that's the opponent of Evo at the moment. He fired immediately. He fired the general, dismissed him for threatening Evo Morales. Now, y'all might not know, but this was like years later, technically speaking, maybe a year and a half, 2 years later, this coup happens. Okay. Unfortunately, we're not all that surprised about coups happening in Bolivia or Latin America, rather. It's just kind of like, well, another coup. CIA call and collect as usual. This coup happens. However, Madame Janine, right-wing coup extraordinaire herself, is against it. Evo comes out, condemns it, obviously, but he mobilizes people. President Arce comes out, mobilizes his people against it, and it's shut down in 3 hours. Arce comes out looking because like he literally put out a tweet, went on TV, and told his people to come out, and they came out for real. And then Zuniga told his team, his people, to stand down almost immediately and said that he didn't want any blood in the streets. So right before Zuniga gets arrested, right before, because the reporters were interviewing him, right before he gets arrested, y'all, he comes out and says, Arce, because of a lack in popularity, asked him to stage this coup, to stage a failed coup on purpose. I bullshit you. Matter of fact, we're going to find out. I want y'all to think I'm bullshit. I want y'all to think I'm bullshit. I'm not joking, y'all. He said right before he was arrested on camera that the president told him to stage the coup because he wasn't popular. Or at least not as popular as he needs to be. Because you have to remember, it's because the party itself is popular, right? He's not worried about losing to a right-wing candidate. That's not who he's worried about losing to. His biggest opponent, Arce's biggest opponent right now, is Evo. So they even have, did you see the video where Arce and Zuniga are like talking back and forth? Like, are you going to stand down? You got to stand down, et cetera, et cetera. Are you going to follow order? He didn't. BBC article. Just found it. Yeah, buddy. Y'all need to see this. Yeah. We gonna talk about it. Because like I said, bro, novella. This is a novella. Yeah. Okay. Right here. So, speaking from Rio Square after it was taken by troops, General Zuniga accused an elite of taking over the country, vandals who have destroyed the country. You guys zoom in so I can read this. Feel free. Can y'all see me? Can y'all see this? I'm gonna make sure everybody can see. Yeah, okay, everybody can see. All right, we good. Okay, I need to see this. But moments before his arrest, the general told reporters that the President Arce, okay, president of the Socialist Party, president of the country of Bolivia, had instructed him to get out the blindados, armored vehicles, in a bid to improve his waning popularity. He was bundled into a waiting police van seconds later. Andrea Barrientos, a leading opposition senator, echoed his claim, suggesting that an economic and judicial crisis had prompted Mr. Arce to launch a self-coup. And that's why I said it's a little bit different, right? Because, yeah, technically speaking, right, the United States has a vested interest in plotting a coup in Bolivia because of them recently announcing officially like that they are requesting to join BRICS. This was what, in May? Okay, that's official. And Putin basically said, y'all good. So they're going to be joining BRICS. It's also within the interest of the United States specifically to make sure that they get control of the government and therefore hopefully, in their mind, control of the elections before Evo Morales has a chance to, because, you know, it's already been cleared up. He can run again. It's legal. Okay. And if he runs, he's more popular than Arce. Arce won because of Evo Morales. Okay. So if he runs again against him in the same party, he's going to win. So it is within, you know, the United States has a vested interest in making sure that Evo Morales doesn't even get a chance to run again. Okay. But the problem is, and once again, this military coup attempt it almost exactly mimics the last military coup attempt, and the economic reasons, the economic motivators have not changed. In fact, if anything, it gives more credence to why the United States would likely be involved. The problem now, though, is that technically Arce has a vested interest in pretending that somebody is trying to overthrow the government, just like the United States has a vested interest in actually overthrowing the government. So as much as I would like to pretend, ladies and gentlemen, that things are as clear-cut as the United States is doing what they do, and this is just a result that, you know, this is just a result of U.S. imperialism, and really another result, an example of how the U.S. imperialism is waning. They don't have the influence and the cachet to get it done like they once did. I would like to believe that it's just that simple. But the truth of the matter is that last military coup was wild. It wasn't like people, y'all got to remember, it wasn't like people weren't in the streets last time galvanizing behind Evo. That happened. People died trying to protect their democracy in Bolivia. People died trying to protect the vote that they put in for Evo Morales in Bolivia and for the Socialist Party in Bolivia. People died trying to protect the sovereignty and the sanctity of their electoral system. So it wasn't as if people didn't rush to the streets. In fact, you can make an argument that Evo Morales became more popular because of what happened during that first coup. So if you're Arce, right? Shit, it worked the first time. Maybe we run it back. Maybe we run it back, but we do it for play this time. Maybe we run it back, but not really. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, just enough so that people can galvanize, can feel like they're part of the liberation of our nation, part of securing our democracy, right? Just enough so that everyone galvanizes behind me. Now, we don't know, but the problem is that in this particular election, in this particular coup, not this particular election, my apologies. The problem is in this particular coup in Bolivia, the United States isn't the only one with a vested interest in overthrowing, quote unquote, or no, not overthrowing. The United States isn't the only one in a vested interest in conducting a coup. Not overthrowing necessarily, but conducting a coup. And if you're Arce, think about it, people. Zuniga was dismissed from the military because of what? Threatening Evo Morales. In other words, there is already a name that is well known that can be used as a scapegoat. So now if Zuniga or this other senator says, nah, the president told me to do this, why would I tell him to do that? I'm the one who fired him. I'm the one who dismissed him. Why would I organize a fake coup with the, to prevent Evo Morales from being president when I'm the one who dismissed this general for threatening Evo Morales to protect his opportunity to run and be president again? This allegation is beyond me. Yeah. Listen, y'all. Politics is a deadly game sometimes. I know you want to believe sometimes that because somebody wears a certain label, somebody calls himself a socialist, calls himself a communist, calls himself a leftist, calls himself an independent, calls himself an anti-imperialist, whatever, anti-war, pro-free. Labels is cute, but politics can bring out the beast, the dog, the monster in anybody. People will do like I said, it's not even like Arce has been a bad president. His approval ratings aren't actually that horrible. It's just, no, matter of fact, his approval ratings are not that bad. Actually, they're not bad. And in most places in the country, it's above 50%. And where it's not above 50%, it's damn near close to it. And where he is not close, he doesn't have low disapproval, or he doesn't have high disapproval ratings. So it isn't like, once again, people hate him there. It isn't like he would lose to a right-wing candidate. The problem is he might have high approval ratings, but Evo Morales is the original. Arce is the copy. And everyone in Bolivia knows that. Evo Morales has not lost an election. And if the reports are true, and Arce was supposed to step down, which would make sense because, like I said, so Evo Morales has his own radio show, and he spends a lot of his time not only criticizing the right, but criticizing the right that are trying to sell out the country to the United States. But he spends a lot of time criticizing Arce. And if they have a lot of the same policy views, foreign and domestically, what other reason would he have to have beef with the guy that literally he helped to elect? Unless they had a deal and the party members made a deal that he would run, because literally if Evo returned to Bolivia, he could have been killed, let alone arrested. That would have been, being arrested would have been the least of his worries. He could have been killed, right? If the idea was for him to step down and he didn't do so, that's the only thing I could think of that would piss off Evo to the point where now I have to run against you. And to the point where the possibility of it was to the point where the possibility of him running led this general to openly threaten Evo Morales. General Zuniga, the guy who just got arrested for the coup attempt, it let the possibility, the real life possibility of Evo running in 2025 was so palatable, so believable that Zuniga lost his job as a general threatening Evo. So it ain't like it just was some fairy tale that may happen, but probably isn't. It was like a likelihood type of situation. So if this is true, ladies and gentlemen, then Bolivia has other problems. They got other problems they got to deal with, because what this could lead to, and this is a story that kind of needs to be discussed a little bit more often, this could lead to a split in the Socialist Party. They could end up breaking that party up into two different wings and lose power. And then the votes could end up being split, and the right-wing opposition party in Bolivia could end up taking over and selling out to the United States and the West. Because the request for BRICS has been made, I don't believe that they've been officially formally approved yet, right? Because there's a process for it. But if this coup attempt was successful, that could have stopped everything, right? So there's that. But two, if the parties are end up being split, and somehow the right wing, the right wing opposition party, at least a dominant right wing opposition party, ends up coming into power because of the split, who does that benefit?